This video is about making a hobo stove, which is a coffee can, so you can make a little stove and cook something, or boil water or something, or keep warm. So you just get a coffee can, and you're going to put some wood in here, so you need to cut it. So that's where I ran into trouble, is I kept looking for ways to cut this, which was really difficult. I asked friends for tin snips, and did you have something to say?
Well, I was just going to ask how you cut that opening finally.
Oh yeah. So you know, with the first pair of tin snips, it just kept bending it. And then I was at another thrift store and I found some, it looked like little serrated kind of tin snips, and that worked to cut this. To make these holes, you can see it's a regular can opener deal, but that was really difficult. Like, it took like a lot of strength and patience to make every single hole. So but it needs air flow, because fire needs a lot of air. You know, it's going to be like this, and then this is going to be the pan, so it needs airflow on here. So I needed to make holes. It may even need more holes. So we're going to put a lot of sticks in here, and so I just wanted to explain that however you can, you need to make a bunch of holes on here, and you need an opening. Some people take off the bottom, but I thought it would be best not to. So I wanted to keep the bottom and do it that way. So, okay. So I made these little notches in the top, and that, yeah, like I said, just however you can, find the tools that will cut this, and some kind of tin snips. And then I have pieces of wire hanger that just lay across there. It's just kind of a barrier, just in case, you know, because you'll have like sometimes smaller things you want to set on there. So and then I have a little pan here that I've treated with oil. So I'm gonna start the fire now with my assistant's help, Glenn. Okay. We're putting in a little bit of kindling or newspaper to so when we light the fire starter, which we made with the cotton ball Vaseline method, and in a future video I'm going to show you how to make some fire starter gel if you don't have any Vaseline. So these are just a couple of cotton balls, all mushed together with some Vaseline. Okay, so now we've got the kindling in there. We got a couple fire starters on the edge, which is some cotton balls with some Vaseline on it, and we're just going to light it with a match or two. And for some reason the fire starters aren't lighting, right?
Right. Correct. I would say matches are your best.
Matches and some newspaper, right? Okay, so we got a fire started. Okay, I'm going to set this on here to start heating up. So let's go ahead and look at the garden and see what there is to eat tonight. Got some lettuce here. Put it on our... This is some kindling to start the fire. A lot of it. What? Where are you going? Oh. Putting music to that one? Okay. Straight out of the garden. So we'll just rinse that off and chop it up and eat it. This is stored water. It's just tap water that I stored for emergency. in an old water jug that we used, and I put the date. It was back in 2012 that I stored this, so it's good for washing up and just rinsing stuff. So you can chop it up and eat it. Okay, let's try to make something. I prepared everything. So what I'm gonna, oh yeah, I wanted to just do a little bit of zucchini from the garden over here. Chopped it up. So this pan, I scrubbed it and I oiled it, but it, what are these kinds of pans?
Iron skillet.
Oh, this iron skillets, I think that they do kind of put a color or a certain taste to food. Because I can see like it's already getting brown, which isn't kind of soaking up. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so we're just going to let this cook, and oh yeah, I got this to get a little heat on it. I got this pipe tin to just cover it and get it cooking. So I'll let that go for a little bit. Go ahead. Salt and pepper is a necessity when prepping. You want your food to taste good, so make sure when you're preparing with your rice and Hobo stoves, put salt and pepper in there. Okay, we'll let that go a little bit longer. And I also was thinking, like, why not have a few of these going? So you could have this going and another thing cooking. You could have like 3 or 4 of these going. I don't know. That's probably a waste of fuel. So maybe you should just be patient and do it all in one. But that's what I was thinking. So I'm going to put that over there as part of our 10 times meal. And it's not sticking or anything, so it's necessary to treat your pan with oil so it doesn't stick. And so next we're going to put in one of these. This is a vegetarian patty, but of course you could put a hamburger, whatever you have available. This is what I have available. So these are at the 99-cent store. Sometimes it's a mushroom burgers, 4 of them for 99 cents. So I'm going to go ahead and put the cover back on. If you're in an area that has pine cones, these make great fuel to keep your fire going. So in addition to wood and find pine cones and put them in there. Okay, so I got this one good and well done the way my husband likes it. And I'm going to start assembling the sandwich. Put that down. And then a piece of cheese. Falling apart. I mean, this is a big sandwich. You probably could just do the zucchini. Anyway, they're pretty meaty. You add salt and pepper. Okay, we'll just get that all melty. Okay, so now we've finished the sandwiches. I did burn, you can see, half of one. So, you know, my husband likes things burnt, so he'll eat it. You just gotta stay on top of it. Try not to do too many things at once, because that's how I burnt it. I tried to go and do something else and come back. So just stay and cook is my advice. Okay, so I put a little bit of water in here. I'm going to just make some coffee to have with dinner to wash it down. And the way I'm going to do that is it's about a cup and a half of water. It's not very much water. And then I'm just going to put some coffee in there when it heats up. And then I'm going to filter it out with a funnel. So just waiting for it to boil. I'm going to keep the fire going. Looks like it's getting pretty low. It's hot, but it's not flaming up, you know. I'm gonna put a pine cone in there. Put some stuff that'll get it going. As much as you can remember to. That'll get the pine cone lit up. I think pine cones might be nice and smoky flavor to your coffee and food. Okay. Okay. So I put a little bit of coffee in there, it's boiling. So now I'm going to pick it up carefully and pour it through this funnel here that has a coffee filter in it. That'll just seep through in a little bit, and you can just keep warm by the fire until that goes through. All right, see you at the table. I just wanted to say a few words about some wood that you shouldn't burn. Oleander is a type of plant that you don't want to burn. It's poisonous. Some people have died, you know, they'll get a branch and put a hot dog on it and cook the hot dog and you die. It's poisonous. So you want to learn what oleander is and avoid it. And that family of plants, and we're just waiting for the last of the coffee to drip through. And don't leave the fire unattended. Put the fire out before you walk away. We are ready to enjoy our meal. We have our coffee ready to enjoy, and I'm very glad that my husband likes burnt food, because half of it is burnt.
It's perfect.
And he loves it. So I'm gonna pour this.
Great. Well, thank you for this wonderful meal, Lord, that you prepared for us today. In Jesus' name.
How's the coffee, honey?
It's really good.
Can you taste the campfire in it at all? Like a
It has it tastes like metal,
metal.
but it's good.
So try not to use a lot of water when you rinse it, when you're cleaning your items. And this is also good for a good time to use your handkerchief. Your handkerchief has 20 different uses. Again, don't wash your pan, just oil it up and clean it up. And so it would be good if I had the handkerchief here, because the handkerchief would probably really help to rinse it. But see, you can see I'm only using just a small portion of this jug. And everything's getting really rinsed up good. But you'll get better at it as you go along. You can see I'm not that good. So everything's all rinsed up good, and I'm going to oil up the pan, ready to go for tomorrow evening.